Today I want to discuss my thoughts on Infinite Jest, which I'm about 100 pages from completing the book, but I feel like I've read enough of it to understand and be able to give a review. If I have anything more to add after I finished reading it, I would probably add it to this video, but for now I wanted to talk about what I saw, my thoughts on this book. It is kind of a controversial book because some people feel that it's for pretentious white men who think that they're deep, but they're just out of touch with reality. I feel that these arguments are they're founded on the basis that, yes, the author was a white man and maybe he is a little bit pretentious at times, sure. But I don't think that the book is just him writing for the sake of writing. I don't think the book is written because he just genuinely thinks that he's the smartest person ever. I think the book has enough merit, real merit. He's actually making a real argument rather than just the book actually has real merit to it, and it's not just him writing for the sake of showing how smart he is. I feel like that argument is it is definitely funny. It is funny to go into a store and be like, oh my god, no book needs to be this large. You're just stroking your own ego at that point. So sure, yeah, that is funny, but when you actually get down to reading it, it's a different experience, I think, because it is so it basically goes on and on. The plot has many I don't know why I'm coughing. So getting back to the novel, did it have to be that long? I think it did. I think each storyline holds its own place in the book, place in the message, the overall message of the story. Did it have to have so many pieces to the message to just... Yeah, it kind of did. Each of them talks about different parts. It talks about oh fuck. And yeah, basically the whole book just holds its own, in terms of size. Some parts were, I admit, slower than others, but I never truly felt like he was writing for the sake of writing. Some parts you can feel the author coming through as saying what he actually thinks and how he actually feels about something, which happens in all books. It's kind of unavoidable to hear the author's voice come through. So basically, there's 3 main storylines by the end of the novel, and towards the beginning of the novel, there were a lot more different storylines. I think I have to reread it because some of them were just one-offs, I think, or maybe they come back later as a background character to something else that's happening. That's the thing about this book too, is that to fully get it, all the levels and all the self-referential things, you do have to reread it, which again a lot of people find annoying. So the 3 main plot lines by the end is this kid goes to a tennis academy and he has a breakdown of some sort. That was the first part of the book. So it starts with the main character kind of having a breakdown or something, and so it kind of foreshadows what's coming. 900 pages later, we still haven't really touched on it, what actually happens. So I guess it's a criticism, if you're actually looking for something that has a genuine like start and finish and a complete resolution, you're not going to find it in this book. It is 900 pages long, but very little like plot line is actually covered. Like it goes off on different background stories and tangents on the side characters and how they all come together. But I'm pretty sure that not everything is gonna have a complete resolution. Like, there's no way. And yeah, and then the kind of B plot is there's a halfway house that so the B plot is there's a rehab facility close to the tennis academy that the main character goes to, and it is for people who are addicted to, you know, anything, narcotics or alcohol or whatever. So the book has a lot. It goes really into like not random, but goes into a million different tangents on. It talks a lot about addiction, and it covers. So the book covers a lot. And one of the things it covers is addiction. It has a lot to say about addiction, specifically in America. And it kind of gives the feeling that any first world country is going to face this, like, like if you live in a first world country, especially, or not especially, but specifically in this book, in America, it describes, like, how people will literally get addicted to absolutely anything, to just have some kind, to be happy. And it goes along with the idea of freedom in America and what that really means. Like, yes, we are a free people, but for a lot of people, it means to be free to give yourself away to addiction, or like constantly chase some kind of pleasure, or and it covers like how these things kind of tie together, like, well. I personally found like the chapter, or like I personally found all of the stuff he writes about addiction very compelling, and I think it's part of why I was able to finish the book. I think if this book isn't, if the subject matter isn't something that you're genuinely interested in, you're not going to finish the book. And you're not going to finish the book if you don't kind of read regularly. Like, if you don't read, like, at all, and then you decide, oh, I'm gonna read Infinite Jest just because I want to finish this book that everyone says is, like, for deep people and I want to be woke or whatever. Or I don't know. If you're just trying to read the book just to, like, say that you read it, I can see that's why a lot of people don't finish it. Like, it's kind of the meme of the book is that, like, pretentious dudes who think that they're so smart will pick this book up to show how smart they are, but they never actually finish it. And I think the reason that is because it is, if you don't read regularly, number one, you're not gonna find it like interesting. Like, once you're past, like, I don't know, page 300, I feel like you can run out of juice really easily, because it requires a lot of, like, I don't know, the language it uses is definitely not, like, simple, I would say, at the very least. Like, and yeah, he does, like, weird things with syntax. He does weird things with, like, the endnotes. It's always like you have to flip through the first part and then flip through the end to get to the footnotes and whatever. And if you don't read the footnotes, you're not going to understand what's happening. Like, you have to read the footnotes. And some of the footnotes are literally pages long. And it's fun if you're a reader and you actually find that kind of thing fun. maybe you have to be depressed to read it. Maybe you have to like have a really dry sense of humor to read it, and find it like entertaining and compelling enough to finish. And yeah, but I can see why a lot of people like might give up on it. It isn't like, I don't know. It's not super flashy. It's not super, but I wouldn't say that it's like not, I don't know, entertaining. He definitely tries to make it entertaining. And some of the messages aren't even deep. He just basically says exactly like what he thinks. And yeah. Another thing the book covers extensively is entertainment. And I think that is really like important because kind of Hollywood and in America, entertainment and TV is just very like we love our TV and we love our entertainment. And that is something that you can be addicted to, unfortunately, is entertainment and constantly needing to like absent-mindedly watch something. Some of my favorite parts of the book were like when they were talking about the entertainment, because there is like this entertainment that is supposed to make you like unable to stop watching it, and people will accidentally watch this one cartridge and you lose their ability to want to do anything else. I just think it's important with like, and like relevant today, especially with like how much endless doom scrolling there is, how much endless scrolling there is online, how much endless content there is out there to just give yourself away to and stop living your life and just constantly be watching something. Like, I just think that that's so relevant today. It's kind of a hard thing to balance, like, oh, well, people have a right to be entertained. Like, entertainment can be nice. Art can be nice. You can learn things about your life, or you can just simply be entertained because, like, life is hard. Work is hard, so who wouldn't want to just once in a while turn on a TV show? But are we really in control of our impulses at that point? Are we really in control when we need to like look at TikTok while we eat, while we do anything in order to get up? I know I struggle with it because sometimes I really find it difficult to just even get out of bed without like some kind of stimulation. Okay, so my criticisms of the book, like where I think the limits are. So there is some merit to the argument that this book is written by a white man, like it can only have some like to say that it's pretentious, I think is a little much. To say that it's the deepest thing ever, it's definitely not. So nobody's really like right with it. I don't think the people who bash it are like necessarily right. Like, you don't have to like anything. And the people who worship it, it is an important book though, and I could see like why people like might say that it's one of the best books ever written. It is like very long and well researched, and there's just so much in there. At the end of the day, this book is written by a white man. Like, And that's not to say like, oh my god, he's literally so racist and sexist because he's a white man. Like, that's not to say that at all, even though I am kind of going to touch on that. I do kind of personally wrestle my feelings on the author through the book in general. One of the characters who plays tennis, Hal, played tennis. He's the prodigious son of this grammar master mother, and his father was it's kind of hard to not compare who the elite main character is to who David Foster Wallace is, which isn't like necessarily humble. Yeah, I think I'm gonna finish this later, like once I finish it. But basically, the book kind of isn't necessarily like very diverse. It's not very inclusive. Every single main character is definitely a white man, so it doesn't make it just doesn't feel like he really made any attempt to make it kind of an inclusive book. He doesn't have to, of course, but that's again where I think a lot of people may like find it to be kind of lacking, is that it's not very inclusive and diverse. But how could it be when the author is literally a white man? So he kind of speaks from that perspective regardless. And yeah, I guess that's my only criticism of it. I can't really say that like, oh, every single black character was written poorly. Like, there are some black characters and there are some like women characters. They don't appear as much as the male characters. They don't have as many things to say. Does he treat them with the same level of rendering as the other characters? Maybe. I think he would say that they're not necessarily an inclusive book, but it doesn't have to be. But it definitely appears in it, that limited perspective. And yeah, so that's my review so far. I'll probably finish this later after I finish the book and maybe have like more things to add. But yeah,